This is Angie Russo,
and Bridget Perhatch.
and we'd like to welcome you to Pulling the Curtain Back at North Monterey County. In Pulling the Curtain Back, we're going to talk with educators, staff, and stakeholders about how they make a positive impact on students. Our vision at NMC is that all students graduate college, career, and life ready. Listen to get inspired and let this be a call to action.
Today we're chatting with Angelica Fernandez and Monica Tarango, who are bilingual teachers at Elkhorn Elementary. They're here to tell us about their action research project, where they studied how important it is for kids to recognize cognates when they're reading with their buddies. Cognate awareness is about understanding words in one language that are connected to words in another language because they share the same roots. For example, words like information in English and información in Spanish are cognates because they have similar forms and meanings from a shared origin. Knowing about cognates can be really helpful in bilingual education and learning languages, as well as in developing literacy skills. Can you start by describing your action research project?
So we worked on cognate awareness, and we've done this before where we introduce students to the cognates and all that, but our focus was more explicit in how we were going to teach. So
yeah, we focus on actually, especially with our reading buddies, we do it, each of us in our classroom, but then having that time where the reading buddies, we noticed that it was stronger.
So, was there a specific reason why you chose the cognates to focus on?
I think just having them be exposed to, well, vocabulary is a big thing. Mm-hmm. And being in the bilingual strand, I think is very important for students to gain as much vocabulary as possible, and being able to bridge the English and Spanish is really helpful for our students. So I would say that was our purpose, just to expose them more. And as we went through the process, it was more of before it was the exposure, but now we were able to go a little bit deeper into cognates and different types of cognates, and bring in different strategies to help them, not just in our class, but when we would meet with our reading buddy group. So being able to take what they learn and apply it.
And now they apply it to whatever they're doing. If they're reading, they actually come up to me and tell me, "Teacher, I found another cognate." So yeah, it was really powerful.
And that kind of leads into our next question, which is, what are the key insights or findings, and I think you're starting to share them, that you uncovered through your action research project?
Well, we found that the kids were having a lot of fun. Even when they were reading, they were finding them. Some of the kids would come up to me and say, "Ms. Fernandez, can I get my notebook and start writing my cognates? Because I found a couple." Or "Look, I found another cognate." And I'm like, "Yeah, you did, good job." And then when they would go to ELD, the ELD teachers would tell us. So it was really powerful. The kids really benefit from the deep, really teaching them a lot about the cognates.
Yeah, and one of the things we shared with them was there's a cognate list from Colorín Colorado, a really important website that ELLs and different things. But they really enjoyed it because they were able to look through the list, and they even took it, I think, to reading buddies at one point, and they were pulling from it and teaching the kids. So I think it's just really gave us such a big impact of taking something and being able to apply it to different things.
And even for us as teachers, I think I would look for videos and, "Oh, this video is really good." I would share it with her, and you should watch it first and then share it with the kids. It was just always, for me, I was just thinking ahead. Okay, now it was really finding other stuff that we could share and work together with.
Mm-hmm. Did the process or the results confirm what you were currently doing, or did you change your practice based on the findings? Or do you think it'll impact your future teaching practice?
I think now, like for me, even for like we were talking about how the students now they're going to take this with them. Like for my kids when they go to second grade, it's going to be a really good strategy and for us, we have more resources now that we actually did research and like we find something and I'll send her a picture. Look what I found. So definitely we're going to have more.
Yeah, and I think thinking about that is just having more information. We got to look at different videos and reflect on it. So having that, pulling from different resources, is just expanding the knowledge that we have already. So like I mentioned, I think before, we have taught them about cognates. They know about cognates. But I think just having that more information, it's able to help us guide our teaching in the future. And I mean, we saw a great impact, and this is definitely, we've been doing reading buddies for many years. So this is definitely
never with the focus. It was always, it's like, we'll have a couple of questions and ask your reading buddy about what their favorite part was and stuff. But now it was, okay, let's focus on this week. And the kids were asking us, can we write them? Can we write them? I'm like, oh, of course, So we're thinking maybe have a notebook where they can, while they're reading, they can write stuff down because they really want to come up with us. They come up to us and they tell us, a cognate, another cognate. I'm like, tell me the difference. Yeah. Or that's a, what did they say? A true cognate.
False cognate.
False cognate. They know the difference now. And for us before it was, let's just teach them about it, have them be aware. But now they can actually make it, like they know now what exactly they need to look for.
Well, I say like they're becoming experts as they move on, the first grade, second grade, third grade. So it's just really neat to see them apply what they learn. And just like yesterday, we were reading buddies and they were just working together on, what is the story about? But there were some kids that came up and, oh, teacher, I found a cognate. So it's just really neat to see them gain more vocabulary through that.
And now I notice in my classroom, they look around the classroom and they're looking and they look at, gorilla, oh, a cognate. It's like they just looking around and finding things. I'm like, yeah, you guys are, yeah. They're aware of it now instead of just doing it for 1 week and that's it, and not really going deep. So now,
I would say that gives them the power,
really powerful,
just the vocabulary, and it's really neat how they're like connecting. Like I have 2 students that are newcomers, so to see them make the connections of like information, so they feel more comfortable. So.
I had 2 students that told me, can I make a list at home with my parents? I'm like, of course. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Because your parents can tell you in Spanish and then you can come up with the word the next one. So I'm like, yeah, it was neat. It's a neat experience.
Wow. That's cool.
Well, it sounds like it's made quite an impact on your students and that they're able to apply it beyond what you taught them. Just to follow up on that, reflecting on your experience with this action research project, what aspects of the process did you find most valuable in terms of your professional development and growth?
I think definitely being able to collaborate with Angelica. It was a really neat experience because, like mentioned before, we researched, we saw videos, we did our reflections, and then when we got together, we got to discuss and talk about it. Like when we did the videos, we sat together and we were like looking at them and making our little marks of like what we saw. So I think that's a really neat experience. So not just being able to collaborate with her, but also having our students being able to collaborate with each other. So like teaching them and then they go and apply it during reading buddy. So having the opportunity to kind of do both at once, collaborate as teachers, but have students collaborate with each other and seeing them in action.
And definitely working with Monica, I think I got so much out of it because if I would have done it by myself, I would have been a little boring and, I have to do this work, oh, I found this good video, it's good, I'll show it. But now talking to her and I'm like, oh, that was a good one. Did you read that part or did you learn that? Yeah, I have another video, I'll send it to you, or I'll send you this picture with all the cognates. It was just neat. I got so much out of it. So I really, really, really enjoyed.
In thinking about NMC's vision for all students, How has this project impacted your students in the areas of college or career or being life ready, or all of those?
Oh, I'm just thinking if they want to be translate, I don't know, any job like nowadays that they need to, like, that's a skill. They need that. They need to be able to translate. And so that's, cognate right away. You're translating. So yeah, I think they are going to be ready for the future, whatever job they have. Definitely going to benefit from it.
I agree.
Well, thank you for your time today. We really appreciate everything that you do for our students.
Before we wrap up, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in. Your support means the world to us. Remember, we're always here to bring you more of what you love. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep learning.